Virgos are having to draw lines in their ideas and their logic. So the new Virgo doesn't go there in their mind. You don't go there. You just don't let yourself go there. You have to draw a line of what is appropriate and productive thinking, what is obsessive thinking, what is depressed thinking, what is thinking that will take you down the wrong rabbit hole. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So Virgos are drawing the boundaries of where to go and spend that powerful mind energy, mental, intellectual energy. It's also boundaries around communication, boundaries around letting new ideas in. A lot of Virgos, I got to say, a Virgo can be the worst critic. Half the time when I hear a person go, I don't believe in astrology, they're a Virgo. And it's like, well, are you even letting me in? Will you even let me tell you what it's about? No, the Virgo won't let it in. That's Scorpio in the third house. So it's time to create better boundaries for your logic, for your communication, for your thoughts, for the way you interact with other people. By the way, I'm not saying all Virgos are like that. So don't come at my doorstep with pitchforks and torches. But I just know that Virgos can be very closed down and not open to new ideas until they hit their head against the wall for a long time. That was Virgo 1.0. Let's move on to Virgo 2.0. And that, of course, is also for Virgo risings as well. I know a lot of Virgo risings in my life these days. So drawing the appropriate boundaries around logic and ideas. Venus in Libra says it's time to open up now and embrace your self-worth. It's time to own what you're worth. It's time to feel what you're worth. It's time to smell what you're worth. It's time to open up and really embrace your worth. And it's okay if you don't feel worthy in other areas. That's part of self-worth. Part of self-worth is knowing the deposits and the debits. Okay, you want to know both on that accounting balance sheet, but you want to open up to both of those. You can really own what you're good at when you also own what you're not yet good at. All right, so that's part of it. So opening up and really embracing a new mirage about being worthy in yourself in a new way. The Saturn-Mercury square. Saturn is, of course, the new mirage. So the new spiritual story for Virgos, they're a new person to themselves now. They're a new person to the way they treat themselves. The new spiritual story is that the relationship to you is forgiving, is compassionate, is patient. That's the new Virgo on the inside. But that has to be reconciled with your feelings about yourself. You've gone through some feelings. You've had quite a lot of stories about the emotions you've gone through, but it's now time to write a new story about how you feel about yourself. And you can say, I once felt about myself this way, but now I feel about myself this way. So it's a change in how you feel about yourself. It's a change in the story, what you tell yourself about your feelings. It's a rewriting of your emotional story. Yes, it started in childhood, but now it's time for a new volume in that library. It's time for a new book. Yes, that was childhood, book 1. Now we're moving into book 2 or book 3 or book 4, depending on how old you are. Now, when it comes to Pluto, you have 40 days to take your power in long-term love, personal dreams, and also creative projects. So that means that you let go of the one that got away. You got to take your power back. You got to let go of the things that didn't work. You got to forgive yourself for failing in certain creative endeavors. If something you created or something you made didn't turn out the way you wanted to, that's fine. That's not being in your power. Being in your power is I will do it again. Being in your power is I will love again. Being in your power is I will follow my dreams. Even though I tried 1,000,000 times to invent the light bulb, I'm not giving up. So it's time to take your power back with personal dreams, with your children, if you've let things get out of hand with your children, and in love romantic stories. And sometimes the power back is, yes, I will find the love of my life. I won't end up as an old maid. By the way, that is the Virgo's #1 fear in a reading. Will I end up as an old maid? No, not in this lifetime. Not with Saturn in your 7th house, not with Pluto going through your 5th. It might have looked that way, but no, it's not going to happen.
It's serious joy, joy, joy.